Welcome back. I'm Ed Highland, and this is WCI-TV, sponsored by Tower MSA Partners. I'm joined now by Rob Lewis, who is the Senior VP of Innovation and Development at Verisk. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about the company and what you do. Fill us in.
Absolutely. So, we started out as a Medicare compliance company back in 2006 and were acquired by Verisk in 2010. And then our business, in addition to the Medicare compliance piece, evolved into analytics around workers' comp claims and general liability claims. So we've kind of launched from that original Medicare business, but that's still our core, is Medicare compliance.
Key words these days: time, efficiency. What seems to be so time consuming, if you will, about all the aspects of legal, insurance, healthcare providers?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that, as a former practicing attorney and dealing with work comp claims for many years, one of the biggest time sucks is medical records. And you have multiple treating physicians, you get second opinions, you get records that kind of come in throughout the life cycle of a claim, and you constantly need to sort those records, put them in chronological order, summarize them, and there's just a lot of manual work there. They end up getting photocopied at one place, and then there's duplicates and removing duplicates, and all of a sudden it's just a lot of time from a lot of different people dealing with a medical file involving a workers' comp injury.
A lot of talk these days about AI, ML. Can you give us some thoughts on how that's being incorporated, and I guess the risks and the benefits, if you will?
Yeah, so the AI and the machine learning is it's revolutionizing everything, everywhere you look these days. And so we actually saw that as an opportunity with medical records as a really good place to bring machine learning and AI to the table. So we had clinical nurses and data scientists work together to create a product that we've launched. It's called Discovery Navigator. And what that does is it uses these models to extract from medical records key insights, key information, along with putting them in chronological order, removing duplicates, providing a timeline of treatment, showing pre-existing injuries from the date of injury, and then any surgeries and injections and pharmaceuticals and everything else post-med injury. So we've been able to really automate that administrative process of sorting the records and summarizing them by using the AI and machine learning, which has just been really fascinating.
Now, can you do this accurately? That's the one thing people are going to ask all the time.
Yeah, and that was our big concern as well. And yes, we're showing 95% accuracy on average, and kind of as a threshold. So that's the starting point for the model. And then, like I said, we've actually built 15 different models that run off of that extraction, where we really get into some of the clinical details that the nurses and the lawyers would be most interested in, whether they're plaintiff side or defense side of a workers' comp claim.
Can you expand on that in terms of are there other types of, say, unstructured data that AI and ML perhaps can be a benefit?
Yeah, I mean we actually, that's why we named it Discovery Navigator, is because we started with the medical records, but from that there's also many other documents that you can extract the information from, whether those are legal proceedings or think about a settlement agreement where you can extract out key information from that, such as the name of the judge and the name of the lawyers, the settlement amount, things like that. But where we're focused right now is on the medical records. That's been really our key focus and the launch of this solution. But we also believe that there's more to come. There's always sort of two sides to a file. There's a medical side and a legal side. And I think that's what's really exciting, is kind of being able to bring analytics to the table to kind of help bridge that.
And you're helping companies access this data? Correct,
yeah.
And how does that work in terms of, and also the oversight aspect, which 95% is great, but obviously you want to make sure you can get as much as possible and double check what has been done on the AI and ML side.
Yeah, and I think the way we like to talk about it is that it shouldn't be a replacement for humans, right? AI and machine learning shouldn't replace humans. It should give them efficiency. Right, so whereas it would normally take hours to kind of go through and sort the records and put them in chronological order, that part's kind of done, right? Now you can just kind of flip through and make sure everything's accurate. as opposed to kind of page by page going through and doing it.
And tell us a little bit about being here at WCI, Verisk, and introducing this platform. Discovery is something that you say is relatively new?
Oh yeah. No, so it's a new solution for us. It's been really fun, and in fact, you know, we built this for our internal use cases.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Selfishly, we built it because we process so many medical records, and then we realized that the efficiencies we were saving from this were really could benefit others as well. And one of the first phone calls I made was to one of my old law firms to you know, ask them if they saw value in it, and they did right away. And I think that's been really fun here, is that, you know, it's not just insurance carriers, TPAs, and self-insureds, but the lawyers are really interested in this too, because it brings efficiency to their practice as well. Everybody's dealing with medical records, right? It's not just the adjuster on the claim side.
A fascinating insight. Hopefully people will stop by and get more information from Verisk about Discovery and all the different things it can possibly do for you.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
appreciate your time.
Rob, thank you so much for coming by and joining us. And we are WCI-TV, sponsored by Tower MSA Partners.